Hi there everybody, it's Mr. John from the Boys and Girls Club of Metro Los Angeles, and today for cultural awareness we're going to be doing a program that I call Arabic Tiles. So Arabic Tiles is going to help us understand why religion is super important when we talk about culture, as well as certain traditions and certain things that some religions have that differ from what we may normally see throughout the day or throughout our own religion or our own culture. So it's going to be super important that we stay open-minded and get ready to learn a lot, because today we're going to learn a lot of really cool stuff about the Muslim culture as well as the nation of Islam. So it's going to be super, super fun. Before we actually start, I want to make sure that we have all the materials that we need to get ready. So all the materials you're going to need today is some color pencils. So here you go, some color pencils. You're going to need a pencil for outline, a blank sheet of paper, or just maybe 2 blank sheets of paper, an empty and old cardboard box from whatever food item. I got mine from brownie mix, but you can get yours from cereal or whatever. We're just going to be using this to cut our textilation out first so we can put it onto our blank pieces of paper. And then lastly, the last material we're going to need today is going to be a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, you can always use the side of whatever box you have. So don't feel like you need a ruler. Just to make sure, if you do have one, you can use it. If you don't, it's always good to have something else and kind of something handy that we can use. So we can use our side of the box if you don't have one. And then yeah, so pause the video if you need to go grab any of those materials or are still looking to find some of those materials. Go ahead and grab it, and then once you guys come back, we're going to get into our Arabic Tiles program. Alright everybody, so to start off today, we're going to take our cardboard box or whatever you have, and we're going to actually trace out a 2-inch square. So up to 2 inches, and it's going to be all the way around. So we got 2 inches right there. 2 inches right there. Lastly, one more line for 2 inches. And then just to finish it off, we'll just make this little line right here. Alright. So once you have that line, I actually forgot to tell you guys, but you're also gonna need some scissors. So feel free to cut this out, and once you have this cut out, we'll meet right back. Alright everybody, and so once you have your textilation cut out, I suggest turning it around and taping it, just because if you turn it around, you won't get too much of it into the painting, and it looks a little pleasing, aesthetically pleasing. Let's see, just make sure we have it right on the money. There you go. And I think that's about good for the first side, and then we'll turn it over again. And let's finish out the last side. And again, so I'm actually gonna line it up real quick and just make sure that the shape is gonna come out good. You don't want it to go over a little bit. And this is more about, like I said, geometric art than it is about Arabic culture. This is just a widely well-known art that is in Arabia, as well as an art practice that they use a lot into the Muslim culture. And I suggest looking into different cultures. Growing up, my dad is actually a pastor, so he's really into a lot of he's into the Christian religion, and that's what he preaches every day. But even as a kid, he's always told me to open my mind, because you never know what religion is going to be the one that's good for you. Alright. So once we have our textilation out and ready to go, what we're going to do is we're going to place it. So next, after you guys have your textilation out, and remember again, you want to make sure that you tape it onto the bottom, so that way we can trace over it multiple times. And you're gonna put it anywhere. I prefer to put it starting in the middle of your paper, because then you can see how many times you can actually do the textilation. And what you're gonna do now is that you're just gonna outline it with pencil. Outline it very, let's do it very carefully, lightly with the pencil, because we will eventually erase the pencil and then add black marker onto the lines that we create. I just figured that pencil was a little bit easier for when we first started to make it, because it gives us time to, like you see, I messed up a little bit. So what I'll do is that I'll erase this line, erase that, nice. Put it right there. Come from the other side, yeah, and then we'll get this one out. There we go, nice. And then the next one. Okay. And it looks like, let me just get the little bottom part. Cool. And it should look like this. If it doesn't look like that, that's okay. And then what we're gonna do next is that we're just gonna line up, let's see, the half circle with another starting point of our shape. So our half circle comes right about there. So we'll start with another side. And it doesn't matter, again, this is geometric art. Geometric art is just making sure that we're using the shapes to create our masterpiece, our art piece that we're doing. All right, everybody, so once you have your textation complete with all the shapes on it, it should have a lot of cool looking shapes on it. Next, for our Arabic tiles, we're actually going to outline the pencil markings with black markers. So we're going to use black marker to make a little border around it. And then after that, we're going to start coloring, but make sure you get all the black marker in first. And once you have that, like I said, grab your pencil, your colored pencils, and get ready to color. About one or two, and then I'll have you guys do the rest, or I'll have you guys do your own. And then once I do the one or two, hopefully you guys can show me eventually at the end what everything looks like. So feel free, use whatever colors you would like. Ooh, little color pencil break right there. Whatever color you like. Remember, in most geometric art, it's always based on pattern. So if you would like to, I suggest trying to create a pattern with colors. Could be orange. I think I'm going to be using orange, blue, and green. These are my favorite colors. So yeah. And I know my coloring isn't that good, but it's okay. It's alright. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead. So I got the orange done. Let's see the next section, and when I mean section, it could be any section you want to be, even if it's just a tiny one. So we'll do the green section, this one over here. Alright everybody, so hopefully you guys have your textile and Arabian tiles done. They should look something similar to this. If it doesn't look like this, hopefully it looks better. And I honestly love it. I can't wait to hang it up. Maybe we make a tile of it soon, so we can make a real tile out of anything. So it'd be really cool. So hopefully you guys have that ready to go. Actually, what I'm gonna do is just post right there because I love it so much and it's so cool. So now I can wear it everywhere. So before we end off today, I real quickly want to go over why I chose to do the Arabian tile or the Arabic tiles, as well as talk about the Muslim religion real quick. And that's because the Muslim religion, the reason why they do this is just like Catholicism or Catholics, and just like Christians, there's plenty and many of Muslim people around the country. So the reason why they chose to do geometric art is, like I said, they don't want to depict any of their idols, but they also want to make sure that their art is culturally blinding, meaning that their art can be spread out and people can know about it all throughout the world and not just feel conflicted because it looks like one set of races or one ethnicity. It's here so that Muslim people, whatever race, culture, and ethnicity that you are, that you know that you're celebrating the religion for the religion and not really for the idols. It kind of differs a little bit from what I've been taught growing up. Growing up, my father is a pastor at a Christian church. So he owns a lot of churches, and I used to go to church with him every single Sunday. And so seeing a lot of my idols like Jesus, God, and all that depicted onto the crosses and onto the paintings and the glass that he would own in his churches is a lot of different for me, but I could see the importance of having this as well. So I think the story I just really want to share to you guys is just to be more inclusive, especially when you're talking about all of these things. Culture, race, religion, ethnicity, all of those things are really good things that determine our personhood and who we are as people and who we are when we talk about culture and traditions. However, it doesn't make up completely of what we are. So we all have to remember that no matter who we are, no matter what relationships we have with religion, ethnicity, and race, we must all remember that we all are good people, and we can all choose to be good people. And it doesn't really boil down to the race, religion, the ethnicity of it. It just determines on if you want to be a good person or not. So just remember that when we think about religion. I'm a Christian person teaching you guys about the Muslim religion. I can't do too much justice, but hopefully I taught you guys a little something about what it means to include, and hopefully you guys maybe even look into certain other religions that you find interesting, not to practice, but just to find them interesting and just to read about them and just to gain more insight on other people who would practice that religion. So before we head out today, I was just real quickly going to share the schedule with all of you guys, and then we'll go into our debrief question. So for our schedule of next week, from Monday through Thursday, we're doing our homework help sessions from 2 to 3 o'clock. And again, 2 to 3 o'clock is when we do our homework help. We'll be having a whole bunch of people there to help you guys out with whatever homework questions you may have. And then Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, we're doing our live programs. So come through and see what kind of live programs you would like to indulge in. Excuse me. And for the programs that I'll be leading, I know that we're going to be doing for cultural awareness, Nigerian flag making, as well as Kool-Aid tie-dye. So Nigerian flag making, we're going to learn about the Nigerian culture and how to make their flag, which is really, really simple. And then for the Kool-Aid tie-dye, we're actually going to go over the history of tie-dye and how tie-dye has been around since 4,000 BC. So a very, very long time ago, around the 7th century, I believe, is when it was created. So it's going to be a really cool and fun way we get to have a history lesson while making some really cool clothes as well. For sports and fitness, we are going to be doing ninja work. So we're going to be doing a ninja workout where I'm teaching you guys how to be ninjas. We're going to do a HIIT workout where that means a high intensity interval training. It sounds tough, but come through and I'll teach you guys what it is on Wednesday, I believe. And then on Thursday, we're going to be doing soccer 101, or kicking and learning is what I call it. And kicking and learning, I'm just going to teach you guys the basic rules of soccer and how we can get soccer, or how soccer can help us with our cardio and help us with a lot of the running that we need to do with other sports. And then lastly, for Wednesday on Family Fun Night. So Family Fun Night is going to happen again Wednesday from 6 to 7. And next Wednesday, or this Wednesday, we are going to be doing Thanksgiving bingo. So yes, Thanksgiving is coming up, and to get us excited, we're going to be doing Thanksgiving bingo, and then the week after, we're going to watch a little video and do a Kahoot quiz on that. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm super excited for it. Can't wait. As always, you guys, now we're going to end off with our debrief question before we head out. So for our debrief question, I just want to ask one quick question. And that question for you guys is going to be, how can we use religion to connect ourselves to different cultures? And I'll say it one more time for you guys. How can we use religion to connect ourselves to different cultures? Nice. Yeah. So religion, like I said, is celebrated and worshipped by many, many different people. Even those who don't believe in certain religions are still a part of certain societies and certain cultures. Cultures isn't technically just religion. It could be where you're from. It could be the area of where you grew up and how you celebrated certain events. However, there can be many people who celebrate religion that's connected to culture. So religion can be culture, but it can also not be culture when we think about it. So The best part I have for religion is, like I said, I have many friends who are different religion or who practice different religions. So I suggest just find a friend who does practice a different religion and see how your guys' religions differ and how you guys can make a conversation out of that. So hopefully you guys have a good time finding that one out, and I can't wait to hear all the stories that you guys have. As always, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and joining me with the Arabic Tiles program. I can't wait until next week to get started with our new programs. Remember, have fun, include everybody, become more culturally aware of the area that you're in, and have a good weekend. Have a great time, you guys.